All right. Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for being here for our Marvel trivia this Saturday afternoon at 3 p.m. My name is Ali with Bag of Tricks Entertainment. We're going to get started with trivia in just a few minutes. We are going to give everyone a chance to join. This is a new platform for us. For those of you that played last night, the Office Trivia, thank you for being here. Thank you for coming back. If you were here or if you played Tiger King Trivia with us on Wednesday, the platform is similar to those. This is not a Facebook Live platform. So if you're watching this video on YouTube, please know you're not going to play trivia on Facebook. This trivia will be handled at the website that we sent out. If you didn't see the link before, I'll throw it back up here for 1 second. It is scrolling through crowd.live/Marvel quiz. Crowd.live/Marvel quiz. That game is up and ready to go. We are just waiting for as many people as possible to join. We have a maximum of 500 people, currently 72 now, just jumped up. Thank you guys for joining us. Again, we are only collecting 2 pieces of information when you join the game: your name and the state you're playing from. So thank you for providing those. Again, we are keeping track of where everyone is playing trivia from, just so that eventually we can say we've had participants from all 50 states. We've also had people playing from Canada, from the UK, and earlier this week we had our first participant from New Zealand. So thank you to all of you that are sharing these events on Facebook, online at all, commenting, inviting your friends to the events. We have our whole schedule coming up for next week. That will be put out today, Saturday, just a little bit after we finish our event here. We'll put out that schedule. If you've been hanging out with us, you already know a few of the events. We will definitely have Scrubs Trivia, Psych Trivia, and Gilmore Girls Trivia. And then we have a couple of other fun ones we're going to get in. We will be back with Music Bingo again on Monday and Wednesday, 7 p.m. 7 p.m. on Monday and 7 p.m. on Wednesday. Henry JBC on Monday, Bobby K on Wednesday. So don't miss those 2 events. Quick thank you, quick but giant thank you to those of you that have supported Bag of Tricks. I won't go through the whole spiel, but as most of you know, if this is not your first time hanging out, Bag of Tricks, when everyone else shut down with this lockdown, like so many other companies, Bag of Tricks closed our doors. Essentially, we don't have any events, no money coming in. So every donation that you guys have sent, whether it's through any of these links down below, Venmo, PayPal, or the coffee website, anything you guys have sent is so incredibly appreciated. It helps us create new platforms to give you trivia like we're doing here. Let me scoot over a little. It helps us give you these new platforms, more interactive trivia, as well as, I just want to make this clear, while we are introducing this new interactive trivia via the CrowdPer website, we will continue to do Facebook Live events. As it stands right now, most likely we will continue to do Facebook Live as general knowledge. It's a more laid-back event, more entertaining than competitive. Obviously, that system does grade you, it does score you, but it is not the most competitive. For those drawbacks, you can see what everyone else is answering. The system only shows us the top 15 participants. The system that we're using today, while still fun, while still entertaining, it is more competitive. It allows us to write different types of questions. It allows us to see the standings of every single person that participates, both after every question and the final rundown at the end of the game. We can see exactly where everyone landed. So we will continue to use this. We might still do some theme games via Facebook Live, but for now, it's looking like we're going to switch over to this platform for the majority of the theme games. So more announcements on that coming up. Our loyalty program, is that what you were going to say? Gina's got an update for me. Really quick, go ahead.
No, I just want to say Scott Murren's playing from Scotland.
We have someone from Scotland! Scott from Scotland! Thank you for playing, and thank you for letting us know. If you're playing from anywhere in the United States or a different country, let us know in the comments. We are still looking, I believe as of today, for 18 states. 18 states that we have not had participants from. I don't have the list in front of me, but I know we haven't had North Carolina yet, North Dakota. There's a couple states, 18 to be specific, Hawaii and Alaska for sure. Let us know. But shout out to you, Scott, from Scotland. Thank you for playing. What is it? It's 9 o'clock there, 10 o'clock, 9 o'clock p.m. So thank you for staying up and playing Marvel Trivia. I started to say our loyalty program. If you are already a member, make sure you check out the link in the description of this video, and we posted on Facebook. Click the link if you're already a member and give us your member number. That way you earn a point for being here today. If you just signed up, I saw a lot of registrations come through in the last hour. If you just signed up for the membership program, you don't have a number yet, but that's fine because you'll get a point. You always get a point, a credit, if you will, for signing up. So obviously we can't give you one because you don't have a number yet for this event, but you're going to earn a point because you signed up today. So you're not missing out. Don't worry. It usually takes me about a day to get those numbers back because that is not an automated system. Every single email goes out by hand, by me, to you, assigning those numbers. So you'll have it by tomorrow. You will have it in time tomorrow to play Disney trivia at 3 p.m. Central Standard Time. Format will be just like this. It'll be multiple choice and other types of questions for Disney trivia over animated, live films, Disney Channel content. Sorry, I'm itching my face. I kept this mustache for right now from Bob's Burgers trivia, and it's throwing me for a loop. So Disney trivia tomorrow at 3, and then some of you heard me announce this last night during the Office trivia. Right after we finish Disney trivia tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow evening, I will be launching our Disney Film Showdown. So this is a separate program, if you will, just something else to do. Again, with this lockdown, with our quarantine, everything going on, Bag of Tricks Entertainment is doing our best to give you guys out there as much to do to keep you distracted from the crazy world and all the bad news. We want you to focus on fun, positive things. So we're going to continue to do these trivia events. We have Music Bingo, as I mentioned, and we are launching the Disney Film Showdown. If you've been following Bag of Tricks Entertainment for a while, last year during March Madness, we did our own March Madness called our Sitcom Character Showdown. This year, instead of sitcom characters, we are matching up 32 of the top Disney films of all time. So you will each be able to download a bracket and fill it out, and then make your predictions all the way down to which film you think will be crowned the Disney Film Champion. Those matchups will be voted online by all of you, everyone in the public, whether you're on the Bag of Tricks page or not. You can vote for those. We'll do them round by round. This is essentially our replacement since there is no real March Madness happening this year. This is going to be the closest that we get. We're going to do it with Disney films. We will have a big prize package for the winner of that Disney Film Showdown. I'm not sure what the prize package will be yet. It'll be something great. If you're out there and you're interested in sponsoring the Disney Film Showdown, if you're a business or if you're individual, whatever, if you want to sponsor it, shoot me a message and let me know. Last year, Pollyanna Brewing sponsored the Sitcom Character Showdown, and they were a great partner with us. They helped promote, and they gave away an awesome prize package with beer and merch to our winner of that one. So we're going to do this whether we have a sponsor or not, but if you're interested in sponsoring, let us know. Today's sponsor, which I just chose because I love them. They don't even know that I'm doing this, but I saw their post online. McWethy's Tavern in Romeoville, Illinois. I know a lot of you are from all over now, so this will apply to some of you because it's just curbside and delivery, obviously, as you can imagine, all restaurants right now. You can see this way, McWethy's Tavern. There's a picture. It's kind of small there, but they just started serving their award-winning wings that they have at the sports bar are now at the tavern too. That's awesome news for me because the sports bar is a little bit further. The tavern is actually where Gina and I will be getting married next year in January in their banquet room. It looks like a castle, guys. It's beautiful. So check it out. Get the wings, get the Cobb salad. Anything there is delicious. I've had both of those items in the past 2 months. So definitely check it out. I will be going there this month. Phone numbers, I can't figure that out. The phone number's up there. It's in Romeoville. Give them a call, curbside or delivery.
Just one more quick thing. We have our first player from Arkansas.
Arkansas, thank you for
David.
being here. David from Arkansas. That's 2.
Otherwise, Disney bracket tomorrow, Disney trivia at 3 p.m.
Yeah,
Don't forget.
Disney trivia at 3 p.m. Central tomorrow. Disney Showdown coming out right after that. So we're going to dive into trivia here. For those of you that have played, like I said, Tiger King trivia or played The Office trivia last night, the format is the same as that. For those of you that are coming to this for the first time, whether you've played nothing with us before, or if you've been playing our Facebook Live interactive trivia, this format is different. It's not super complicated, but it is different, so I'm going to explain it as we start. First and foremost, you'll see, I'm going to flip back over to this other screen for 1 second. As I said, on the bottom there, rotating, it says to play, go to crowd.live/Marvel Quiz. Crowd.live/Marvel Quiz. So my apologies, I didn't say this earlier, but the main difference from our Facebook Live that may affect you right away is you cannot play this game and listen to me if all you have is a cell phone. You can join the quiz from your cell phone, but once you leave YouTube, you're not going to hear me, you're not going to see me. It's not going to make this as fun because I control when the questions move, so it's not 30 seconds at a time. If you're not hearing me or seeing me while you're playing, you may wonder why it's taking so long for one question or when we're moving. So here's my suggestion. If you're at home, which most of us are, if you have a computer and you're by yourself, you can play this game. You can open up YouTube in one browser window and open up the game in another. You'd be able to hear me and be able to play. You'd be good to go. Alternatively, if you have a computer, you can open up this video on a computer, and then no matter how many people are playing, you can all sit back and play the game from your phones. So even though you're all in the same room, you're playing the same game, you can play independently, compete against each other, and compete against everyone else playing at the same time. So like I said, you need at least a laptop or a desktop to play. If you want to hear me and see the game. The way that I prefer to do it is to have the video on the computer. If you're on a TV, a smart TV that can stream YouTube, many people have sent us pictures now, and thank you guys for sending us the pictures of you guys playing. It's really cool to see Bag of Tricks in your households, how you guys are set up. And where I was going with this, many people have sent us pictures, whether it's just a couple or a whole family gathered around a TV with the YouTube stream up on the TV playing trivia from your phones. So thank you for sending us those pictures. If you're doing that today, guys, send us pictures of your setup. I'm going to do a behind the scenes of our studio here soon. This is our dining room table. I just busted out my old desktop monitor. It's not even HD. It's pretty old. But now I finally have a second monitor, so it's a little more professional. But still, we are just doing this with what we had on hand when this lockdown started. So thank you guys for your support, both financially and just liking, sharing, commenting, sending messages to us. So many of you out there have become friends, regulars that haven't missed events. You guys mean the world to us, and you're the reason we're doing this. So thank you for that. That is all I'm going to say before we dive into trivia. Say thank you one more time for being here. I'm going to take a look and update you guys. Yeah, 137 people ready to play in the quiz. So right now you should just see the screen, whether it's on your phone or your computer, that says the game will begin shortly. Marvel trivia up top. Once I hit the play button, you're going to see something else pop up, and I'll explain that. But excuse me, I'm going to grab a napkin. Oh, taco. Anything good in the comments? Anything bad?
Someone asked me to go on Facebook Live to let people know to come here, but we're too close.
Oh, yeah. No, I won't be able to do that now. I'm sorry. We did a Facebook Live video last night just to let people know to come here, but we're not going to do that every single time just because it's going to start confusing people. I don't want people to think that we're going live on Facebook to play the game. So we did that just to let everybody know, but going forward, we'll just continue to do the posts that we have with all of the links. We will probably do one big post and pin it at the top of our page explaining the two formats. Because again, I know it can be a little confusing right now while we're introducing the second format, but they serve two very different purposes. Like I said, this one is very entertaining, but it's also more competitive. It allows us to put on a more traditional trivia game closer to what we would do in a bar or a restaurant. The Facebook Live platform is fun, but it is not that competitive. Again, when you're answering in the comments. Everybody sees it. It doesn't show us all of the scores at the end of the game, so a lot of people are left wondering. So this one just offers a few more things that we enjoy. So we're going to stick with this, but great question. We will continue to post the instructions for that every single time. So here we go. Here's how it works. We are going to flip over into the game. You should still be able to see me, but now the game should be on your screen as well. Is that on yours, YouTube?
Should be a game.
All right, cool.
Yep.
Cheers, guys. So there are 30 questions in this quiz. The first 10 questions are multiple choice. The last 20 questions are actually open-ended questions where you'll have to type in your answer. If you played the Office trivia with us last night, one thing is very different. I changed a setting today. We're going to try this out and see how it goes. Rather than having these questions be worth a certain amount of points that decreases as the time goes down, these are worth points, the same amount of points, whether you get it at the beginning of the timer or the end. So for those of you that haven't played, how this is going to work, we do one question at a time. I'll be reading the question to you over the speaker. You'll also see the question on the screen, and you'll see, if it's a multiple choice, you'll see your 4 answer choices when the timer starts. These questions are timed, but the timer won't start until I click it. So I'll read the question to you once, and then I'll start the timer. I would love to just give you as much time as possible, but because this is a new online format, and we're trying to make it a little more competitive, I believe in my heart that none of you out there would cheat at this, because who would do that? Why would we be cheating at a free online trivia game? But unfortunately, some people do. So we're doing our best to deter that from the beginning. So that's why we do use the question timer. You have 15 seconds from the time I hit the start button, which I will always announce, to get your answer in. For multiple choice, all you have to do is click the answer. That's it. A, B, C, or D, whatever you believe to be correct, you click it. Once your answer is in, you're good. Once the timer's up, we go over the answers, and then we move on to the next question. So simple, simple. The rest of the questions, the next 20, are actually open-ended. You have to type in your answer, so I'll explain that when we get there. But for now, just know, these first 10 questions, you'll see the question on the screen. I'll read it out loud. I'll start the timer, and then you submit your answer. Every multiple choice question is worth 100 points. It's worth 100 points. We will have questions worth more and more points as we go on, but these first 10 are worth 100 points. That's it, guys. We are going to dive into this right now. Let me pull up the quiz
let's go.
on my side. Click this. Let me click this. All right.
Taco's ready.
Taco's ready. Taco is ready. All right. Hitting start. So you're going to see the first question right now. I'm going to read it to you, and then I'm going to hit the start button. It will be a multiple choice. This one actually, I think, a little tough for the first question of the game, but we'll find out. Question number 1 of our Marvel trivia. All these questions coming from Marvel TV shows or movies, mostly the MCU. Question number 1. In the film Guardians of the Galaxy, what is the name of the dog that we briefly see in The Collector, whose real name is Tanelier Tivan, in his museum? What is the name of the dog we see in the Collector's museum? You will see 4 multiple choice answers as soon as I hit the timer, which is now. So click that and let us know which one you believe to be correct. All right. 153 people in. 103 people answered that question. So if you're watching and you weren't sure what to do, hopefully by now you'll understand the next 9 questions will be exactly the same. I'll read the question, I'll click the start timer, you'll have 15 seconds to choose your answer, and just click it on your phone or click it with your mouse, whichever one you believe to be correct, and you're done. That's it. After each question, here are a few cool things that we can do with this trivia platform. First and foremost, we can see how you guys answered. We can see what you thought the correct answer was. 11 of you thought that the answer was Spud. 65% of you thought it was Cosmos. 17% of you thought it was Astro. And 8% of you thought it was Sparky. Let's find out who was correct. I think you know. Correct answer was Cosmo. Cosmo the space dog was in the Collector's Museum. So good job. 67 of you knew our first question. Congratulations. That's how these next 9 questions will work as well. Again, we will get to some actual fill-in-the-blank answers in a little bit. We're going to look at the rankings leaderboard right now. So this is going to be a giant tie for first place between 65 people because you all answered correctly. Goose the Cat, Howard the Duck, Mandy K. I missed the next, but it's the next cool thing about this system is now, unlike our other one, you can see everybody. You can see the top 3 places will always stay at the top, and then the rest of the participants will rotate at the bottom. We will not sit and watch all of the rankings every time. It would take far too long. So every couple questions, we'll stop in here and look at the top few participants. So here we go. Question number 2. I'm going to flip to it. I'm going to read the question, and then I'll start the timer. Can you check the audio? Question number 2. a little bit behind. 8 seconds?
Well,
Oh, all right. Sorry, every now and then we got to check the latency, make sure that I'm not flipping this before you guys even hear it. So I'm going to do it a little bit slower. Here we go. Question number 2. What alien race is Gamora? What alien race is Gamora? In Guardians of the Galaxy and subsequent movies, what alien race is Gamora? Is she A. Centaurian, B. Lufomoid, C. Zenhubris, or D. Badoon?
it's good because someone asked if they were going to have to spell this answer, and I was like, I don't think so.
Oh, yeah.
So, no, you did
That's
not
a great
answer.
question. Later on in the game, you will be typing in answers, and spelling for a little bit will count. If you're way off, you won't get points. But I tried my best to put all of the answers that had hard to spell words in the multiple choice. I tried to do that for you, so hopefully you agree when we get to the later ones. Okay, this one split. We didn't have a clear guess here. 38% of you thought Centaurian. 10% of you thought Lufomoid, 35% of you thought Zenhubris, and 17% thought Badoon. The correct answer was Zenhubris. Zenhubris. Good job, 37 of you. So now if we take a quick look at the rankings, you'll start to see it split. Still not much. So still 3 people tied for first. Goose the Cat, Mandy K, and Lauren Y. A bunch of people tied for fourth. A bunch of people tied for 13th. So again, these rankings will start to split as we move on. Later questions are worth more and more points.
Goose the Cat is Phoebe, just so you know, our host.
Goose the Cat is Phoebe, our wonderful host here with Bag of Tricks Entertainment. For all of you wondering, she has not seen these questions. I wrote this trivia earlier this morning. So Phoebe has not hosted this trivia in the past. She is winning fair and square currently. I'm rooting for you, Goose. Here we go. Question number 3 of this Marvel trivia. How many Infinity Stones were there in total? How many Infinity Stones were there in total? Was it A, 7, B, 5, C, 6, or D, 8? Get those answers in.
We're currently in Thanos as well.
Yeah, right. When I start reading the answer again, will you check the audio again? I just want to see. All right. Everybody is in. Let's check our live results and see what you thought. All right. 2% of you thought it was 7 stones. 14% of you thought it was 5 stones. 84% of you thought it was 6 stones. And only 1% of you thought it was 8 stones. The correct answer was 6. 6 stones. Congratulations. 84% of you knew the correct answer here. Shout out. Thank you for sending those donations, guys. If you see me check my watch on my phone, it's because we're getting these prompts. And yes, I could just put my phone aside and ignore it, but I like to see those so I can thank you on air. I don't like to read names out. Some people like to be anonymous, but I like to just say thank you as much as possible to those of you that are supporting Bag of Tricks. So thank you. All right. Question number 4. What was the name of the virus that Pepper Potts was injected with in Iron Man 3? What was the name of the virus Pepper Potts was injected with in Iron Man 3? Was it A, HXN1, B, Zodiac, C, Theta, or D, Extremis? What was the name of the virus? 15 seconds.
Steph said for the previous question, anyone else have to look down at their hand for that question? And a lot of people said yes.
Yep. Just remember the one in the palm. All right. Answers are in. Let's see what you guys thought. All right. 17% of you thought HXN1. 4% of you thought Zodiac. 7% thought Theta. 72% of you thought Extremis or Extremis. The correct answer was that one. Good job! 72% of you, 80 people, you knew the correct answer. We are just about halfway through the multiple choice questions, so we're going to move right into question number 5. Speaking of serums, What is the name of the Super Soldier Project? So, not the serum itself, but what is the name of the Super Soldier Project in Captain America, the First Avenger? What is the name of the Super Soldier Project? Is it A, Project Afterlife, B, Project Alchemy, C, Project Super, or D, Project Rebirth? Hit that answer. 15 seconds. We check the answer. 15 seconds. All right, everybody's in. Let's find out what you thought. Ooh, this one again, not a clear winner, but we do have a majority guess. Only 6% of you thought Project Afterlife. 28% thought Project Alchemy. 17% thought Project Super, and 49% thought Project Rebirth. The correct answer was Project Rebirth. Good job. 49% of you. You got that one right. We are halfway through the multiple choice questions officially. Don't forget, you have all 15 seconds this time. If you were playing with us before, this is not a scoring system that gives you less and less points. As the timer goes down, you're either earning 100 or not earning anything at all. So don't feel rushed this time. We'll see which way works better. We might go back to the other way. I'm just giving this a shot. So here we go. Question number 6. In Thor, the film, Thor, the original Thor, what kind of doctor was Jane Foster? Dr. Jane Foster was what type of doctor? She A, an astrophysicist, B, a psychologist, C, a geologist, or D, a surgeon? All right, let's find out what you guys thought together. Hey, Ashley Nesbitt, thanks for playing. Thanks for the shout out on your story that just popped up. Thank you for being here and at so many events since we've started doing this. 84% of you thought astrophysicist is correct. 4% psychologist. Geologist, 11%. Surgeon, 2%. Let's find out the correct answer. I think you might already know. Astrophysicist. Good job, guys. You knew the correct answer. You guys are doing very well with multiple choice. Again, overall, the questions will get a little bit tougher. After we get past the multiple choice, you'll have to come up with the answer on your own and send it in. I'll explain that again when we get there. But for now, 4 more multiple choice questions. Here comes number 7. Talking about Guardians of the Galaxy again. What is the name of Star-Lord's ship in Guardians of the Galaxy? What is the name of Star-Lord's ship in Guardians of the Galaxy? Is it A, the Firebird, B, the Milano, C, Jefferson Starship, or D, Freedom?
I like that.
Me too. Will you check the audio one more time? Just leave it on for a second. All right, let's see what you guys thought. 22% of you thought Firebird. 64% of you thought Milano. 12% of you thought Jefferson Starship. And only 2% of you thought Freedom. Let's find out the correct answer. The Milano. The Milano. All right, somebody said the mic keeps cutting off. Can you let us know in the YouTube comments, guys, if the mic's cutting off for you? It might just be for one person, but if it's happening to many of you, I'd like to look into that. So let us know. All right, mic sounds fine. Okay. All right, we will find out if it does keep happening. It might just be me being quiet sometimes. I try to.
Well, usually you're drinking, so you yell.
Yeah, usually I am drinking, so I'm yelling and talking way too much. But that is not the case today yet. Here we go. Let's look at the rankings. We haven't looked at this in a few questions, Oh, Goose the Cat still up there, tied with Mandy K and Lauren Y running perfect games right now. So as I'm seeing, even though it said the next couple people were in fourth, you're all tied for first. There's about 12 people tied for first with 700 points. Again, these multiple choice questions overall are the easiest 10 questions. It doesn't mean that they're all easy, but the next 10 questions are worth more, and they're going to be a little bit tougher. The final 10 questions will be the toughest yet. All right, back to this question number 8. What is the name of Ben Kingsley's Iron Man 3 character who was hired to play the Mandarin? So what is the name of Ben Kingsley's character in Iron Man 3 who was hired to pretend to be the Mandarin? Is it A, Aldrich Killian, B, Jackson Norris, C, Richard Benjamin, or D, Trevor Slattery? All right, everybody's in. Let's see. 18% of you thought it was Aldrich Killian, 6% thought Jackson Norris, 13% thought Richard Benjamin, and 63% of you thought Trevor Slattery. Let's find out what the correct answer is. It was and is Trevor Slattery, Ben Kingsley's character in Iron Man 3. Good job. 70 of you. You guys are destroying this multiple choice portion of the quiz. So we're going to move on to question number 9. Which of the following, so there are 4 possible answers, which one of the answers is not the name of one of Thor's Asgardian friends? Who is not one of Thor's Asgardian friends? Is it A, Selvig, B, Hogun, C, Volstagg, or D, Vandral? Let's see who knows their Thor. All right, everybody is in. Let's look at our percentages. 50% of you thought Selvig, 29% of you thought Hogun, 8% thought Volstagg, and 13% thought Vandral. Let's find out what the correct answer was. It was exactly what you thought, Selvig. Selvig is the last name of another character in Thor. Good job, all of you that knew that. This one, not as many people as the last 8 questions, but still 50% of you knew the correct answer. So, one more multiple choice question. After this next question, we'll take a break and look at the rankings. And before we go on to question 11, I'll explain exactly how it works. A few tips for you guys before we move into the submission answer questions. But here we go. Question number 10. Which Infinity Stone was stored in the Tesseract? We know that there were 6 of them. Which of the Infinity Stones was stored within the Tesseract? Was it A, the Space Stone, B, the Power Stone, C, the Reality Stone, or D, the Mind Stone? What time does it say for you on YouTube?
6 seconds.
Okay, so it's a 6-second delay. All right, let's find out what you guys thought the correct answer was. Here we had 75 votes, 68% of you for the Space Stone, 14 votes for the Power Stone, 11 for the Reality Stone, and 10 votes for the Mind Stone. The correct answer here was the Space Stone. The Space Stone. Good job. Again, I believe you answered every one of those correct answers with a majority of you correct. Good job. All right. Moving on. So let's take a look at the rankings really quickly. So again, we have a tie between 9 people right now. Goose the Cat, Mandy K, Lauren Y are still tied for first, second, and third. You've answered 10 out of 30 questions correctly. You've answered all 10 that we've asked correctly, so good job. Again, you can see as the screen rotates, I'm going to let this one go through so we can see some fun names. Howard the Duck still up there. Randy Winklebean, Melissa A, Melissa, Julianne K A. I see Jane Kotke or Jake Kotke, sorry.
Loki pancake.
Jake Smith, Loki Pancake. Kempers Assemble, Puny God, Sandra, Mike G, Batman Sucks. You're in the right place then. Agent Carter and Agent Peggy right next to each other. Melissa, Joe F, Mr. Ducky, Maddie Ice. Dishonor on Your Cow, Disney Trivia tomorrow, 3 p.m. Let's see. Jen 2 Ends, Jeffers, Amy G, Ward Fam, Lord Skywalker, the Boosie Goose, America's Asses, Ash Nesbitt, Shao Exotic, and Sammy with a bunch of eyes. Thank you guys for being here. So again, it will loop back. So fourth, all those people in fourth are still tied for first technically. So good job. So I'm going to pop that off the screen just to let you know what's coming up. The next 20 questions will all be not multiple choice. They will be very similar to if you ever played trivia with us in person. I will be asking you a question, and you have to come up with the answer entirely on your own. So just by that, it's going to be a little bit tougher because you won't have 4 answer choices in front of you. But you have all 15 seconds of the timer to answer. So I'm still going to read the question, and then I'll start the timer. So you have plenty of time. Keep it fair. Don't Google these. Don't look them up. Just get these answers out of your brain as well as you can. A few things to note. My computer here will automatically grade your answers. So as much as possible, spell it right. This is the main reason I turned off the option to take away points the longer it takes you to answer, because I would rather you guys take your time and try to spell the answer correctly and just make sure you get it in within 15 seconds. You're going to get full points. As long as you get the answer in and you're correct, you get full points. If the answer is not spelled correct, I've given the computer a few common misspellings, so I guessed what you may misspell, and I put those in. It'll automatically count those as correct, so don't worry. If there is something out there that I see a common misspelling I didn't predict, I can manually assign you points, but I do not have that much time to assign the correct answer to everybody every time. So as much as you can, try to spell these answers correctly. Like I mentioned earlier, I tried to make sure, I can't promise everyone is like this, but I tried to make sure any of the really hard to spell answers were in the multiple choice. So most of these are going to be one-word answers, nothing too difficult. And if it is difficult, I tried to give common misspellings so you'd automatically get it. So other than that, everything else is the same. But now, these next 10 questions are worth 200 points each. So keep it up, even if you are not in first, second, or third place, fourth, fifth, sixth, wherever you're at right now. If you do well over these next 20 questions, you can absolutely come from behind. 200 points for the next 10 questions each, starting with this one. The last thing I want to tell you on your phone, the main difference is you will have to hit submit. So you're going to type in your answer on your phone or your computer, and you have to hit submit. Unlike the multiple choice where you just had to click it once, you're going to type your answer into the box and then hit submit. All right? So question number 11 is our first type of question like that, and here it is. Maybe. Yes, it is coming. Don't worry, that timer won't start until I click it. What was Stephen Strange's job? What was his occupation before becoming the Sorcerer Supreme? What did Stephen Strange do for a living before he became the Sorcerer Supreme? Just a reminder, I'm going to click the button, and then you'll type the answer in and hit submit. You have 15 seconds starting now. Can you test the feedback a little bit? Submit. You have 15 seconds. All right. Everybody is in. Huh.
Melissa Ponte. He was a privet director.
I'm adding a few acceptable answers based on what I saw down below. You guys did very well, and you answered with answers that I didn't even predict, but all that were acceptable. Obviously, the best answer here was surgeon or neurosurgeon or brain surgeon. I also accepted just surgeon or doctor. Again, we can be as specific as I'd like. In the future, we will do some smaller registration required events where we're going to have a maximum of probably 50 participants. Those are the events I've mentioned over the past 2 weeks that we are working towards, where we can actually set these up, schedule them for a specific day and time, and charge a registration fee so that we can buy prizes to give away and we can pay our hosts to do these events for you. So those events are coming. When we do those, where it's a little more competitive, where you've paid to be there and we're working towards real prizes, we'll be more specific on the answers and honestly just more specific on grading. For today, we're here to have a good time. I'm being as competitive as possible, but if one of these answers doesn't show up correctly, please don't yell. This is just a free event we're putting on to have some fun. So we're doing our best on this end to make this system work for us. Let's find out how many of you got this based on, don't believe what the screen is showing you right now, because I added a bunch of correct answers that will popped up. If you put neurosurgeon, if you put doctor, if you put Dr. DR, if you put brain surgeon, if you just put surgeon, you got points for this one. So that's how this is going to work. That's the first one like this. So here we go with question number 12. What does the E in SHIELD stand for? So in the Marvel Universe, what does the E in the acronym SHIELD stand for? You are typing this one in, and you have 15 seconds to do so, starting now. I saw some of you already do it. Don't forget to give Gina a shout out in the comments. She's the one manning the keyboard, having fun answering your comments.
Holding the puppy.
Holding Taco. He's sleeping on her lap.
A couple requests for Sherlock trivia, so I had that.
Oh, that's a good request. I like the guesses. A lot of good guesses here. That's a cool thing with this system. When we do the submit your own answers, I can throw this up on the screen and we can see all the different guesses that you had, especially with a question like this where we know the letter but not the actual word. Let's see. We had some people say enforcement, earth. Adding a correct answer in here. Earth, environment, espionage, energy, emergency, elephant, everything sucks, executive, England, exploration, elimination. Let's see what the correct answer was. Enforcement, the correct answer. Good job. Let's see how many it says knew this one. A total of about 45 of you knew that one. Good job. What?
Joe Flaherty, E for exotic.
Joe Flaherty, E for exotic. Yes, it is the exotic.
Vincent's not playing because Carol got his Wi-Fi.
Carol got your Wi-Fi, Vincent? That honestly, that's unacceptable. I'll have a talk with her, keeping it family friendly. So I'm not going to talk about Carol Baskin today. There's only one way to talk about her. All right, next question, number 13. What villain, looking for the name of the villain, what villain first seen in the first Avenger, Captain America the First Avenger, was the keeper of the Soul Stone in Avengers Infinity War? What villain first seen in the first Avenger was keeper of the Soul Stone in Infinity Wars? You have 15 seconds starting now.
Lindsay Davis, her feed's not working.
Oh, no. Sorry, Lindsay. Well,
Yeah.
I guess you're not hearing me say sorry, but note that I'm sorry.
And Steph says that I'm just okay. So.
You or
Yeah,
me?
Me. She said I said it before. Gina's just okay.
All right, time is up. Answers are in. Let's see what we guessed here. Red Skull, Loki, Thanos, the Red Skull. I'm going to pull this down, pop it back up. I added that. Let's see what we got here. Red Skull. If you said the Red Skull, you did get points this time. I added that in. The computer will accept it. Even though it's not showing up here on the screen as a correct answer, you will get points for that. So that's one thing I can do on my end for my little host screen. I did give you points for that. But those of you, Lex Luthor, the wrong universe, Loki, Thanos, German scientist, Dr. Death, good guesses. All right. Question 14. Each of these questions worth 200 points. We'll look at the standings after question 15. Here we go. As we learn in Doctor Strange, the three sanctums protected, speaking of typing errors, there's one by me, protected by sorcerers are in New York, London, and which other city? In Doctor Strange, the three sanctums protected by the sorcerers are found in New York, London, and what other city? Get those answers in. Somebody see that?
So my kids are having a blast, but I do miss social.
Oh, yeah. Good. We'll be back with socials soon. Don't you worry. You can just send us a message on Facebook and yell social, and we'll do a social with you.
Deal.
All right. Everybody is in. I added a few misspellings that I saw, including my new favorite city in the world. So let's look at the live answer results. We had Hong Kong, Tokyo, Hong Kong, Shanghai, Hong Kong, Tokyo, Shanghai, Tokyo, China, Dubai, Chicago, Asgard. All good guesses. My favorite misspelling of the correct answer, which was Hong Kong, was Honk Kong. Honk Kong sounds like a fun place. If you did type Honk Kong, I gave you credit this time. Don't you worry. You got points for that. So now you guys should know, you should be in the flow of how these questions go. So we're going to move a little bit quicker. We'll still look at the incorrect answers as much as we have time for, but we'll look at the standings pretty much every 5 questions. So after this one. Question 15. In Spider-Man Homecoming. Ned and Peter were assembling a large Lego replica of what item? Be specific. In Spider-Man Homecoming, Ned and Peter were assembling a Lego replica of what item? Get those answers in and hit submit. All right, everybody is in. Let's take a look at the answers. All right, I'm going to add a couple. Oh, I'm seeing now. All right, let's see what you guys thought. The Death Star, Millennium Falcon, Barbie Dream House, I like it. Lego Death Star, Big Ben, Stark Tower, Death Star, boat, Imperial Starship. So you all knew it was a Star Wars item for the most part. Let's find out how many of you knew exactly. The Death Star was correct, the Death Star. So again, I'm working with what we can with the system. If you typed the Death Star as one word, you did get points, even though it's not showing up here. On my end, I assigned you points. If you type the Lego Death Star, you got points here. The Death Star says Lord Skywalker. So good job, guys. You are doing very well, even through these type your own answer questions at 200 points apiece. So we're halfway through this 200-point round, so let's take a look at the leaderboard. Currently, in first place, 2 people are tied, Mandy K and Coffee or Die. I connect with that username. In third place, the Cool Kids with 1,900 points. So only 2 people running a perfect game so far. Everybody else still doing very well. Catching any of these. So even down to 44th place, you've only missed a couple questions. So you guys are rocking and rolling. We're going to move on to question number 16. Same format. I'll read it. You answer, hit submit before time is up. Question number 16. Looking for the name of the character, just the name. Who shot War Machine out of the sky in Captain America Civil War? Which other character shot War Machine out of the sky in Captain America Civil War?
Allergies.
It's gotta be. These allergies are horrible. All the pollen or something. Is that a thing?
Grandpa.
Is it pollen? It's major allergies. We go back to the cold temperature. Let's see what you guys thought. Let's see what you thought here. All right, I'm going to add 1. All right. Let's look at our results. Vision, 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 Falcon. Vision, Vision, Iron Man, Bucky, Hawkeye, Winter Soldier, Spider-Man. But almost, I would say a large majority of you knew this one. Vision. Vision was correct. Good job. Falcon was up there flying. Vision shot War Machine out of the sky. Here we go. Question number 17, Marvel trivia. What was the name of the cat, technically a flurkin, that scratched Fury's eye in Captain Marvel? What was the name of the cat, or rather a flurkin, that scratched Fury's eye in Captain Marvel? Phoebe should know this one. You have 15 seconds. Let's get it in. Every time we have a majority, we'll do a social. Drink your water, drink your tea. Stay hydrated, kids. All right. Let's see what you guys thought. Just adding in an extra one here for you. Try and catch as many of your answers as I can. Goose, 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 Fluffy, Goose the cat, Orbit, Mittens, Goose the cat, Goose, Muffy, Dog, Wilson, Chewy, Chewy, Furball, Joe Exotic. Honestly, if I could find that one in here quickly, I'd give points for Joe Exotic. All right, let's find out. And I did. Just kidding, guys. Here we go. Correct answer, Goose. Goose. If you typed Goose the cat, you also got points. Again, at this point, don't worry about that. I'm telling you, Goose the cat was accepted. If you spelled Goose, G-O-S-E, also accepted. But Goose the cat or Goose, the best answer. Here we go. Question 18. Comment or question from me?
Someone said it looks like you're drinking a giant bottle of Pepto.
Oh, this is not a giant bottle of Pepto. This is just a reusable SodaStream bottle. But we don't have any bubbles for our SodaStream, so it is a water bottle. Question 18. This one is our first trivia question about a Netflix TV show, a Netflix Marvel TV show. I don't use too many of these, but I enjoyed a lot of these shows, so I do like to pepper them in. And here is one from Daredevil. What is the name of the bar that Foggy and Matt frequented on Netflix's Daredevil? Especially in the first season, what is the name of the bar Foggy and Matt frequented on Netflix's Daredevil? Give me the name of that bar before timer runs out. I always forget I can look at the comments here. Send us a screenshot.
Oh, yeah, you should.
Lindsay
was
Davis.
just having some issues. Like, remember yesterday when...
Yeah.
But that was, I think, our fault yesterday. Today...
Yesterday we were having a couple issues. Lindsay, if you're... This is one limitation. If your internet is really slow, it may not refresh the program between, when I click the button and before time is up. One recommendation, Aaron, I can only get an answer in every few questions because of my internet. Thanks, Aaron. One thing I would recommend, if your Wi-Fi is really slow, but if you have a good cell signal in your area, this app doesn't use a lot of data. So even if you're not on unlimited data, try turning off Wi-Fi on your phone. Just a suggestion, just something to try. It may work better connected to if you have a strong cell phone signal in the area and your Wi-Fi is kind of slow right now. It's something to try. Again, this is only the third time we've used this platform, so try it if that's an option for you and let us know. Let's find out, though, right now, the live answer results, what you guys thought. Josie's, Cheers, Dirty Maggies. Yeah, that I wouldn't go there, but, Josie's Bar, I just typed in as acceptable. So let's find out what you guys... Josie's was correct. McWethy's Sports Bar. I wish it was McWethy's Sports Bar, guys. Josie's Bar, Josie's. If you typed Josie's Bar, you got the answer correct. Don't you worry. Moving on. Question number 19.
They shouldn't worry if it says they got it wrong on it.
Yeah, so that's a limitation right now. Even if it says you got it wrong on that screen, I'm not promising that I corrected every single misspelling. I'm doing my best to catch the ones that are obvious. But if I say out loud, like that one, if you typed Josie's bar, even though it didn't update on my screen or the screen that you guys see, I corrected it on my end, and it did give points for Josie's bar. If you misspelled Josie's in some weird way that I didn't predict or catch, you probably didn't get points for it. So that's why I turned off the setting to make it go as quick as possible. Take your full 15 seconds to type. Make sure that it's as correct as you can. Obviously, autocorrect is going to get us sometimes in a bad way. But again, the third time we're using this program, we're still messing with the settings to try and find the best way to do this, to still keep it competitive, because I would love to just give you each 45 seconds to type in every answer, but that would take a while. And then people out there that do want to cheat will have plenty of time to do so. So thank you for working through this with us and giving us this good feedback that we can work on going forward. Speaking of giving you forever to answer the question number 19. We are talking about Deadpool. So a Marvel film, but not a MCU film. What was the name of Deadpool's best friend / bartender who aided in his mission in 2016's Deadpool? Not the name of the actor. What was the name of Deadpool's best friend / bartender? Just one word. Who aided his mission in 2016's Deadpool? Just looking for that one name of the bartender in Deadpool. Get that in before timer runs out. All right, let's see what you guys thought. Time is up. Weasel, Matt, Jeff. TJ Miller is the actor, but we were looking for the name of the character. Larry West, Chester, Weasel, Whirlpool, Sam, Whirlpool. Let's find out what was correct. Weasel was the correct answer. Let me see. I'm going to add. Oh, I did. Yeah, if you spelled it Weasal, I can see on there it didn't mark it correct, but I have it marked correct on my end. So those of you that misspelled that way, good job. Congrats. Moving on to question 20. After this one, we'll take another look at the rankings and see where everyone's at. This one, I'm going to read a quote. You just have to tell me which character said this. Which character from a movie said this? I don't need the movie. I just need the name of the character that said, quote, "I didn't ask to be torn apart and put back together over and over." Who said it? I didn't ask to be torn apart and put back together over and over. Just give me the name of the character and hit submit before time is up. All right, time is up. Let's take a look at what you guys thought. We got Rocket Raccoon. We got Rocket, Nebula, Rocket, Deadpool, Iron Man, Ant-Man, Stark, Gamora, Iron Man. The top two guesses for this question, anytime I've asked this, is Rocket and Nebula, and one of those is correct. Let's find out which one it is. It is Rocket Raccoon, getting emotional. He didn't ask to be torn apart and put back together over and over. Good job, guys. If you put Rocket or Rocket Raccoon or Rock Raccoon, I accepted a lot of misspellings on that one. So let's take a look at the leaderboard. After this many questions, still currently in first place, now just one person, Mandy K. DCW Builds tied for second with Coffee or Die. Goose the Cat, I see there in 13th, tied with a bunch of people. Job Phoebe. Corey with a C in 22nd place. Agent Peggy in 35th. Lindsay Davis in 37th, even with technical problems. Good job. The Widows in 45th. Brent, Carly Oliver, and friends. Howard the Duck holding up 50. Steffi Star. How you doing, Steph? Dishonor on Your Cow in 58th with the Mechanic in 59th. Goose in 60th. Loki Panicking in 69th. Laura Marie in 74. Elise NW in 79th. Big Fish. James Trout, what's up? How you doing? Thanks for playing. I saw your message. I'll get back to you right after we're done here. Ward Fam in 95th. Good job. Matty Ice, 101st. Shao Exotic, 109th. Again, you still have plenty of time, guys, because the next 10 questions, the final 10 questions, are worth 300 points apiece. 300 points apiece. So that's 3,000 points up for grabs. If you do well over the next 10 questions, you could come from behind and end up the winner of Marvel Trivia. Nothing changes about these except for the point value. Overall, the difficulty might be a little bit more tough, but these are not multiple choice. These will continue to be fill in the blanks. So again, take your time as much as you can. You have 15 seconds. Type in those answers. Hit submit. Try to spell it correctly as much as you can. I do my best to award it, even if you don't. But the best way to make sure you get the point is to spell it correctly. Here we go. Question 21. Coming up.
There's a few people who, said that they got a certain amount right, and then it doesn't reflect in the leaderboard.
Yeah, I'll look into it. In The Avengers, the first film, The Avengers, Tony Stark catches a S.H.I.E.L.D. agent playing which classic video game? In The Avengers, Tony Stark catches a S.H.I.E.L.D. agent playing which classic video game? You have 15 seconds. Get those answers in. All right, everybody is in. I am taking a second to look through all of the answers to try and make sure that we don't have any misspellings. I'm just listening to what you guys are saying in the comments to make sure. So with this one, we should not see any incorrect answers on the board after I do this. Let's see. All right. So if your answer is close to correct, I'm going to give you points. Some of you have some creative ways of spelling the correct answer. So again, bear with me. This is why we don't do this for every single question. Marking each individual one correct takes a little bit of time, but I'm going to do it here just to make sure. And again, I'm using my judgment. If your spelling is close to the correct answer, I am going to mark it so that you get points. If it's nowhere near close, you're not going to get points for it.
Thank you for doing that.
Yeah, you bet. All right, let's keep waiting here. Let me click on this. So this is good. This is good. All right, so let's see what pops up when we look at the live answers. So the correct answer here, Tony Stark catches a S.H.I.E.L.D. agent playing which video game? It was Galaga. Galaga. So not Asteroid, not Space Invaders. So looking at my screen now that you can see as well, I don't see any of the incorrect spellings that I did fix. So everyone that doesn't see, let me see how to think of how to say this. I'm going to mess with the settings a little bit, guys, because there might be a different way. Because I don't believe, let me see. I'm going to answer the next question with you and see what happens. I'm going to misspell it, and then I'm going to mark my answer right. So thank you for bearing with us. Again, it's only the third time we've used this system. So we're learning, but we're learning to do this better for you. So you guys are helping out. Thank you for your patience. But Galaga was correct, so good job. Anybody who knew Galaga. The only people who did not get points for this, I guess that's a better way to say it. The only way that you did not get points for this answer is if you see your answer on the board, and it's not green. So if you spelled Galactica, I didn't give you points for that. Gattaca, didn't give you points for that. Galalica, you didn't get points. Galactica, you didn't get points. Galaxian didn't get points. But if yours looked like Galaga and was just a letter off, I marked it, and it doesn't show up because it's bunched in with the correct answers there. So let's do 22, and we'll work on this.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, thank you for your patience. Question 22, what is the name of Thanos' home planet? What is the name of the planet that Thanos was from? You have 15 seconds. Get those answers in. So I answered and I answered incorrectly on purpose. And then I'm going to find my answer really quick.
You do that, Ollie.
And I'm going to mark it correct, because I can, giving myself points. Bag of Tricks is amazing. That's a good answer.
Oh, thanks, whoever said that.
I can't give you points for that, because then that wouldn't be
How about
fair.
love?
But I can absolutely give you love. That's a good suggestion, Gina. All right. So I'm doing this again. It's going to go a little bit quicker this time because there are less misspellings. So just bear with me for about 10 to 20 more seconds here. Totally forgot. Good guess. All right. Let's see. Okay. Everybody is in. Let's see what we guessed. Titan. Uranus, Mars, Asgard, Titan, Metro Axis, Bag of Tricks is amazing, Moriad, Nowhere, Dollywood, Jupiter's Mons, Gogurn, a planet, Planet Butthole, Totally Forgot, Blue Man Group. All good guesses. Let's see what the correct answer was. It was Titan. So I just did this experiment myself. I corrected it on my end, and it does say still on my phone that I got it wrong, but we'll know at the end of this game, because this is the only question that I've answered. So if I have points at the end of the game, then we know that the system gave the points to me, if that makes sense. So it's tracking in my brain. I'm not going to bog you guys down with the details right now, but we'll check this at the end. If my profile has any points at the end of the game, we know that it's working like it should be and that it's assigning points. And if my profile doesn't, that means I'm going to dig into this and talk with this company a little bit more to figure out what's up. Here we go. Question 23. We are talking Captain America. Captain America back in the day, pre-Frozen Captain America. What was the name of the World War II elite combat unit of the Western Allies, originally led by Captain America? So this one kind of tough. It's two words. What was the name of the World War II elite combat unit of the Western Allies, originally led by Captain America? You have 15 seconds. Two-word answer. Get that answer in before time is up. Hey, Taco.
You want to say hi? Doesn't have a costume.
Oh, hello. Taco doesn't have a Marvel costume, but he did want to say hi to all of you. Thank you for playing Marvel Trivia. Taco's here for all of our trivia events, usually sleeping on Gina's lap, but right now hanging out with us over here. All right, everybody's answers are in. Let's see what we thought. The Howling Commandos. I'm just reading these off as I go through and check off some of the misspelled ones. So if you're watching, this is actually an interesting thing, as again, we're learning this together. If you watch the screen, as I click answers to mark them correct, you'll actually see them disappear from the screen and move into the boxes as a correct answer. So that Howling Commandos up in top left keeps getting bigger as I click answers marking them correct. So I know that that's working for sure. I'm just making sure that you are marked correct if your answer is correct, especially with a two-word answer like this. All right, I think we got people here. The Inglourious Bastards, great guess. That is a World War II of... Yeah. All right. Let's go ahead and look at the correct answer, which was, as you might have guessed by now, the Howling Commandos. Howling something, some people guess. Flaming Commandos, the one with Damien Dark, the Empire, Fighting Hellfish, Nazi Smokers. When's the next HP or Lord of the Rings event? It's coming up soon. We have a lot of events coming up. We'll be announcing next week. We have a bunch of events that'll be announced tonight. We'll be announcing the entire next week's schedule tonight. So here we go. Question 24. Now we're talking Doctor Doom. So again, more Marvel movies, but not the MCU yet. Doctor Doom becomes the leader of what nation in Fantastic Four? What is the name of the nation that Doctor Doom becomes the leader of in Fantastic Four? You have 15 seconds. get those answers in. We hit the button really quick so I can see. Yeah. Dr. Doom. Fantastic. Pretty far behind. I'm going to wait longer. So
I think I'm further behind than some people because some people were commenting about Taco before I could see him on the screen.
Okay.
Just so you know. Yeah, you go here.
That's pretty good. Sorry if you got a little feedback. Every now and then we have to test the audio, how long behind you guys are hearing what I'm saying, because if you didn't know, even though I'm streaming live, you don't hear what I'm saying for a few seconds, so I want to make sure that I'm not asking the question before you even have a chance to answer, so I'm trying to keep that in track. Again, guys, I can say it a million times, thank you so much for learning this program with us. Again, we had never even hosted an online event 3 weeks ago, so we're doing the best that we can to offer the best program for you, and we're learning along the way. You guys are being fantastic about it. The correct answer here, let's see what you guys guessed first. Latveria, America, Norway. I hate Fantastic Four, Wakanda, Doomville, Tacos Nation. Tacos Nation. The only ruler there is Taco, and he's also the ruler of this nation, or our household. He's in charge. If you guys haven't noticed, when he starts barking because it's dinner time. Latveria. Good job. Let's see what the correct answer was. Latveria. Good job. Very close to Latvia. Latveria, the correct answer. We're going to question 25. Let's find out. This is another quote. And who said it? So I'm going to read this quote. You just have to type in the character's name that said this. All right? This one may be a little bit easy for the third round or 300-point questions. Who said it? Quote, I like your knife. I'm keeping it. Who said it? I like your knife. I'm keeping it. Can you test one more time? Quickly. This one may be a little bit easy for the... Okay. And it could just be what time we're streaming, too. All right. Everybody's answers are in. Let me look through this here and see anything I can fix before we go over it. What did you say? I think you guys spelled this one pretty correct. Maybe we'll keep all the answers 4 letters long to make it easy. Who said it? I like your knife. I'm keeping it. Was it Drax, Rocket, Nebula, Gamora, Rocket, Gamora, Maze, Loki, Tony Stark? The correct answer was Drax. Drax, good job. The majority of you knew this, the vast majority. All right. We're at 25, so let's check the leaderboard. Mandy K still out in front. Will anyone catch her? DCW Builds, Coffee or Die, Mike, Curtis Avengers, Marvel Quiz, Jesse with a Y, Lauren Y, Sammy W. Is that Sammy Wozniak? How you doing? Thanks for playing Marvel Trivia, if it is you. Jake Kopke, Julie B, 36, Mary S. Bayer in 37th, Puny God in 38th, Lindsay Davis, 45. Let's see where else. Randy Winklebean in 53rd, Amy G, 54th, Super Answers, 58. I'm going to let this go all the way through and see if we see my name pop up at the end. And we can figure this out right now. Haley R, is that Haley Richards? How you doing? Lindsay, Abby S in 79th, Ward Fam in 80th, America's Asses in 90th.
Ward Fam is Amy's sister.
Hey, Amy's sister. Carrie.
Kids.
All right, let's see down. If this was right, I should have 3. Okay, so you can see my name in 113th place, and I have 300 points. So let that at least set your fears at ease. If I mark your answer correctly, even if it says on your phone that you didn't get it correctly, you didn't get the answer correct, you're getting points for it. If you're not seeing points show up, that's because I didn't mark your answer correct. So again, we're still working on this. I'm working on the best way to do this. But as it stands right now, if somebody's close to the correct spelling, I'm trying to give answers as correct. But if your spelling's too far off or just, in my opinion, not close enough overall to the correct answer, I may have just not marked it correct. But rest assured, if you had the correct answer already, or if I marked it correct, you did get points, as the system just showed, because I tested it out with my own. So let's move on. 5 questions left. Question number 26, right here. In a second. Just looking for a first name. Once again, just a first name. What is the name of Scott Lang's daughter? What is the name of Scott Lang's daughter? We saw her as a very young daughter and then older after the snap. What is the name of Scott Lang's daughter? Get those answers in. Let's go over the answers. All right. Let's see what you guys said. Oh, that's a good one. Exclamation point. All right. Let's see what you guys thought the answers were. I'll get it up on the screen. We had Cassie, Annie, Peanut, Lucy, Cassidy, Sophie, Emily, Annie, Audrey, Sophie. Let's see what you have here as the correct answer. Cassie is the correct answer. Let me check one thing really quick. So I know some of you out there, again, are still asking us, saying you think you got more correct than you did. Thank you for the feedback. Again, we will look into that. I'm not making it a priority right now because we're not playing this game for a prize. We're playing it for fun. Rest assured that the system that I'm using, the one other ability that it has is it will show me every single answer that every single individual put in. So I can go back and look at every question and see every person that got it correct or incorrect. So I can actually look into what you're asking. I'm just not going to do it right now in the interest of time in moving this along for everyone else that's playing. I will do that at the end. Question 27, talking about Iron Man, talking about Tony Stark and Pepper Potts. Tony can never seem to remember. At least for the longest time. He does eventually. But what is the one thing on Earth that Pepper Potts is allergic to? Tony can't remember. Usually, what is the one thing on Earth that Pepper Potts is allergic to? Let's get that answer in before time runs out. Eventually. Taco is very quiet and sedate. Not technically sedated, but he's down today. He had all of his vaccinations, his vet visit. We went in Partners in Paws in Lisle. For anybody else who's a fan of Fantastic Vets, I would highly recommend visiting them. They've taken care of all of our pets for the longest time. All right, let's see what you guys thought that Pepper Potts is allergic to. Strawberries, roses, flowers, strawberries, chocolate, goop. She is not allergic to goop, unfortunately. Let's check our correct answer. This one pretty easy across the board. Good job. Strawberries. Vast majority of you do that one. So let's move on. Question 28. This one, again, just looking for one name. It's a short name. There's a clue for you. What was the name of the man made of rock that befriended Thor and tried to start a revolution in Thor Ragnarok? We do see him return in later films. What is the name of the man made of rock that befriended Thor and tried to start a revolution in Thor Ragnarok? What is his name? All we're looking for, get that in before the time runs out. All right, let's see what we thought. I think you guys did pretty well over this one. Let's put the answers up on the board. We'll look at those as I look through any misspellings here. So we had Korg, Gronk, Greg, Kronk, The Rock, Gronk, Korgs. Let's see what else. Mount Rushmore. Let me click onto this next set of incredible answers so I can keep checking for you. Taka, somebody named the person that plays this person, but not the actual character's name. Good job for knowing that, though. All right, let's see. Yes, I think we all know the correct answer was Korg. Korg. So again, even if you spelled it close, like Korg with the accidental apostrophe after the end, I marked that correct. You won't see it up there, but trust me, on my end, you've got it. Question number 29. On what planet? On what planet? So again, looking for the name of a planet. This is a different planet than we talked about before. On what planet did Peter Quill find the orb? So the very beginning of Guardians of the Galaxy, not the very beginning, but towards the beginning of Guardians of the Galaxy, the original one, what was the planet that Peter Quill was on to find the orb? You have until time runs out, so get that answer in. Oh, it does. Sea anemone. Anemone. All right, time is up. Uranus, not quite. Let's find out. You guys did pretty well here. This is one I thought might have been misspelled a little bit more, but I'm looking through briefly. We will put the results up on the screen, what you guys thought. And honestly, across the board, didn't really misspell this at all, as far as I can see, because the correct answer is Morag. Morag was the planet he was on. We saw it again in Endgame when they went back in time. They went back to Morag to try and get it first. So good job. Those of you remembered that one. We have one final question. And here it is. Question number 30. I guess I was just, did I watch Guardians recently? It was on my mind. We have a lot of questions about Guardians, so hopefully you guys liked it, because this last question is, again, from Guardians of the Galaxy. This one, tough. If you remember the beginning of the movie, what U.S. state, real U.S. state, was Star-Lord originally from? Star-Lord, or Peter Quill, if you will, was originally from which U.S. state? Type that in before time runs out. Let's find out who knows. All right, let's put what you guys thought up on the board. Missouri, Kansas, Iowa, Utah, Indiana, Colorado, Oklahoma, all over the board here. But a lot of you did guess Missouri, so let's see. Yes, Missouri was correct. Good job. Before we go to the final results, give me 1 second. I'm going to look into something very briefly to see. Check behind the scenes. But right after this, we'll see our final standings. We'll see from top to bottom, just like we've been seeing. Everything will rotate through the screen, so you will know where you landed. All right. Excuse my silence for 1 second. All right, we are going to see those results in just about 10 seconds. But I'm first going to check really quickly. All right, thanks for staring at my face while I'm not talking. I apologize. I am just looking through our results really quick because I want to announce this appropriately here in a second. And yes, so now I am seeing. Yep. All right. So as we announced this, somebody gave us some feedback, and I wanted to check into that. But right now, we're going to do the final rankings up on the screen, and I will announce it appropriately because I did look into this. Mandy K tied with DCW Builds. DCW Builds did have the correct answer for our Doctor Strange. He put brain surgeon. The system didn't recognize that, and I didn't catch it before we moved on. So thank you for your patience. I did want to go back and check on that. And congratulations to Mandy K, DCW Builds. Coffee or Die, I will go back and look through on those two. Maybe you had a perfect game. I'll double check. If you know that you didn't, shoot us a message and let me know. Save me the time. Everybody else, congratulations. You'll see your names rotating through. I'm going to leave that up on the board here for a few minutes so you can see. Again, one of the really cool things about this system, there are ups and downs to everything, but one of the really cool things about this system is the ability of what you're looking at right now. We can see every single place where every single participant finished. We had 350 people play Tiger King Trivia on Wednesday night, and you could see from 1 to 350. Here, we had a total from start to finish of 119 people competing. So more people were on here. Some of you probably had technical issues or you were just watching and hanging out. But to the 119 of you that participated, congratulations. You all did well. Mandy K, DCW Builds up at the top. Coffee or Die in second. I'm wondering if I can click. See, here's something I don't know if I can actually control this screen. No. So we'll look at that too. All right. I'll put that back up on the screen and I'll leave that for you guys like I said. But for those of you that are still with us right now, guys, thank you so much, not just for being here with us today, but for those of you that have played any events with us in the past. Obviously, keep those suggestions coming for trivia nights you would like to see. We will still, going forward, have events via our Facebook Live platform. Again, that's a little more interactive. It's easier to do if you're just on a phone. And a lot of individuals that play this game with us every single day aren't so much into it for the competitive aspect. They just want something fun and relaxed to do. So that event is not going anywhere. We will probably continue to do general knowledge in that format pretty regularly as long as we are all locked down like this. We've said since the beginning, if we're locked down, if everyone's locked down like this, Bag of Tricks will be coming to you. If we can't meet you at the bar, we will come into your house via your computer or your phone to provide trivia and music bingo, entertainment, as well as other fun things coming out like the Disney Showdown coming out on Sunday. So I don't know if I mentioned this entirely yesterday or earlier today. It feels like yesterday. Tomorrow is Disney Trivia in this format at 3 o'clock again. And then after Disney Trivia, we will launch the Disney Film Showdown. I will post all of those details on our Facebook page. So I'll show you where to download your bracket, how to fill it out, where to send it to, how to sign up officially for all of this. That will all be posted on our Facebook page. So if you somehow got here without liking Bag of Tricks Entertainment on Facebook, please go do that. Like our Facebook page. Check out the events that we have coming up. The rest of the schedule for next week will be posted tonight. Share those with your friends. Again, we're trying to hit all 50 states. We're trying to get participants from all 50 states. I know we got a few new ones today, you said, right? Arkansas, thank you for being here.
DCW Builds.
Oh, DCW Build. So you were here to play from Arkansas, and you did. Good job. And to our friend Scott from Scotland. That was an easy name to remember. Thank you for being here all the way from, I don't know if I like this phrase or not, but I'm going to say it, across the pond. Thank you for being here from Scotland. Thank you to everybody that joined us here. Be back tomorrow, 3 o'clock for Disney Trivia, and then make sure that you check out our Facebook page. If you haven't yet, please do leave a review on Facebook. That really helps us. A lot of you have. A lot of our regular online trivia players, I never thought that would be a thing, but I'm so happy that it is and that we have you guys. Vincent, Joe, if I don't mention you right now, please don't be mad. But
I'm mad.
Gina for playing. What was the woman's name? Casey, who had pickle juice all over the bed?
Oh, I forgot.
Well, if you're the woman whose child spelled pickle juice all over your bed, I want to let you know that we did our weekly or bi-weekly grocery shopping trip today. I got pickles. It's been on my mind since that event, and I did buy a jar of pickles, so thank you for making that happen. But thank you to everybody that's liked the page, shared the events, commented, reviewed it on Facebook, and one more giant thank you to anybody out there who has donated in any form or fashion any amount, small or big, to Bag of Tricks Entertainment. The way to do that is over on the screen to my left or right. I'm not sure how this streaming thing works, but you can see the link for Venmo, for PayPal, for the coffee website. Any amount that you've donated or do donate is incredibly appreciated by us. So thank you one more time for that. And we will see you guys tomorrow. And wash your dang hands. Have a good night, guys.